Hi Crippy, it's Marcus Bent here. I just wanted to wish you all the best with your podcast and your YouTube channel. I won't be tuning in myself as I've got far better things to do, but I'm sure someone out there will. Peace.
Yes. This is episode 2, and today we're going to talk about West Bromwich Albion. Okay, so I had a few stories I wanted to cover quickly for any supporters listening. Don't want to brag, but my first episode, which was my last episode also, had 9 downloads, according to Buzzsprout. So I've technically got fans right now. Pretty excited, pretty pumped about that, you know. I don't mean to show off, but I'm a pretty big deal. Anyway, back to West Brom. Let's talk about Conor Townsend, who picked up an injury in West Brom's 1-0 win over Sheffield United on Saturday. I'll just read Birmingham Live's article about it, written by Joseph Chapman. It says, Slavan Bilic is hoping that in-form wing-back Conor Townsend's injury isn't too serious after the defender was forced off towards the end of West Brom's win over Sheffield United on Saturday. Ooh, deep breath. Townsend has been one of Albion's best performing players on the left in recent weeks and has displaced previous regular and competitor for the position Kieran Gibbs, but he wasn't able to complete their first win of the season after picking up a knee problem. It wasn't through the want of trying. Townsend initially received treatment and tried to continue before realising his number was up. Bilic reasoned that this is the character of the man in a nutshell. It was his knee, it was a tackle, it wasn't a twist, Bilic said. But knowing Conor, his character and his bravery, he's not one with 50 minutes to go or 20 minutes to go to walk away if it isn't major. It's nothing major, but knowing him, he would play with half a leg, so let's hope and pray it's nothing serious. Albion will hopefully learn more about Townsend's injury this week ahead of the welcoming of Crystal Palace to the Hawthorns on Sunday lunchtime. So Townsend is struggling. And if he is out, he'll also be replaced by Kieran Gibbs. But Gibbs is only just returning himself because he's been isolating after testing positive for coronavirus. And I'll keep reading on that. Gibbs is set to return to training this week along with club captain Jake Livermore after the pair missed a trip to Manchester United having returned positive coronavirus tests. Though the pair have since tested negative, neither were in a state to return for the Blades encounter, but Bilic is hoping to welcome back both into his fold before Palace. They are both negative. Hopefully they are going to join in training next week, he added. Jake still feels a bit rough, but the most important thing is that they are negative. Now they should slowly be included in training. Gibbs has barely played this season. I think he's only had a handful of appearances for West Brom, so he wouldn't be starting if Townsend was fit, but he'll obviously be primed to start if not. Livermore, however, has been a regular up until 2 games ago for West Brom, so he likely would come straight back into the team if he's fit, but time will tell. Coronavirus has a way of really debilitating people and hampering their lungs and their breathing, so he might take time to recover fully, so we'll see. And there's one more story I wanted to cover about Rekeem Harper, who's a midfielder who actually might be in line to feature in Livermore's stead, although he probably wouldn't start as he's been surplus to requirements somewhat this season. He's been on the bench a lot for West Brom, but Bilic has given him some advice on what he needs to do to get back into the team. And again, this is from Birmingham Live by Joseph Chapman once more. Slavan Bilic knows exactly what West Brom midfielder Rekeem Harper has in his locker, and the Albion boss has urged the academy product to find a consistency to his performance levels that will in turn force Bilic's hand. Harper has had precious little exposure to the Premier League since the club's return to the top flight. Indeed, he's been handed a little over 20 minutes of league action, all of them coming against Leicester on the opening weekend. Since Harper has had to make do with EFL Cup runouts, indeed he scored a fine goal against Harrogate Town in the second round, but he's been an unused substitute recently when it comes to league matters. Still, Bilic has offered encouraging words on Harper and his situation, and he's been pleased with what he's seen on the training pitch in more recent times. The challenge now, though, is for the 20-year-old to replicate that on a daily basis. Bilic said of Harper, "Rekeem has been on the bench because he has been training really top. He was in there for the game against Manchester United. He has to continue like that. He has to get that consistency in training, which will push him towards getting a chance in a game. I counted a lot on Rekeem before the season, in pre-season, firstly because of the budget, but also because of the quality. We didn't have that many numbers in midfield. Also, I like him as a player. I like what he can become as a player." So if Livermore's out, Bilic will have to rotate the midfield, but I can't see Harper actually starting as he's pretty low down the pecking order. It's more likely that Bilic will pick two of his large selection midfielders. Let me just get up the squad listing actually, sorry. Yeah, it's likely he'll pick someone, either Conor Gallagher, Romain Sawyers, Filip Krovinovic, and also Sam Field is in the squad, but he's barely played this season. He's been left out a lot. So yeah, it's either going to be Gallagher, Sawyers, Krovinovic will likely get the nod in midfield, and potentially Harper should make the squad at least. If he can come off the bench to get some minutes, that would be good for him, but we'll see. Anyway, that was literally all I had to talk about today. Just a little bit about West Brom for any supporters that actually follow me on Twitter to learn about that. Don't think many do. If they do, it's probably to abuse me, as I'm an Aston Villa fan, but there you go. That is episode 2, and I will see you in the next one.